Music is one of, if not the most important factor in your enjoyment of a piece of media. If Lena Raine hadn't composed her masterpieces for Celeste, I would have certainly rage quit long before it changed my life. If Simon Chalinsky hadn't created such beautiful ambient pieces for Subnautica, I would have never gotten so immersed in its world. However, nothing has shaped my view of something more than the soundtrack to my favorite show on television. From my formative years, it weaved its way into my life, and wherever I go, I find myself thinking of nearly every track and hearing their motifs in my mind through my day-to-day life. I would be honored if you would join me today in a brief exploration in the perfect scoring of Murray Gold's Doctor Who soundtrack. Oh, spoilers too! Quick disclaimer here at the start, this video essay is going to be very personal. If you're looking for a well-researched scientific breakdown of why the Doctor Who OST is the bestest thing ever, then I'm sorry to disappoint. I still hope you enjoy this quick project, but it's mostly going to be me ranting about songs I like. Sorry. When Murray Gold joined Doctor Who for its revival in 2005, nobody really knew who he was outside of the UK. He had already been nominated for a BAFTA award twice before the revival, but nobody in the land of freedom and guns knows what one of those is, even today. His music was always well received, but as time went on, more and more people saw his music in a vacuum, experiencing it to its fullest. The accolades are still pouring into this day, and that's amazing. Just before the 60th anniversary specials aired, Radio 2 hosted a Doctor Who musical celebration that turned out to be mostly Murray's greatest hits, and hearing the long song in full orchestra was so beautiful that I re-uploaded it to my own channel, where it still sits today. The real tragedy of his works, though, is that each track is only meant to enhance the scene it plays in. In relatively few instances is Murray's music allowed to shine on its own. The only real instances I can think of are 10 and 11's Regenerations, the long song, the climax of Journey's End, and the ending of Heaven Sent. The scenes that utilize Gold's scores to their own ends benefit tenfold, though. The Siege of the Pandorica, Rivers Reveal at the end of A Good Man Goes to War, basically all of Doomsday, 11 using his anti-gravs to go up the Shard, Amelia's first scene in the bedroom, all events in the show that wouldn't have been the same with any other composer. Murray's influence doesn't end at the show, though. His music regularly pulls in hundreds of thousands of views on YouTube, and if you'd take a listen to some, you would definitely see why. Close your eyes for a moment and experience the music. that'll put a dent in the copyright detectors. Anyway, if you didn't feel some emotion during that display, then you're either deaf or just don't feel. If you fall into neither of those camps, feel free to comment below and I'll tell you why you're wrong. Listening to different tracks during day-to-day life, at least for me, has influenced my decisions and, put simply, improved me. Name any track from 2005 to 2017 of Doctor Who, and I'll tell you a way it touched my very core. In many cases, they've shaped who I am. Madman with a Box, The Shepherd's Boy, Vale, The Long Song, Together or Not at All, Goodbye Pond, The Majestic Tale, Alfie Stars, Doomsday, This is Gallifrey, The Doctor Falls, Vale de Chem, The Songs of Captivity and Freedom, Melody Pond. Every last one of them has changed me as a person and made me better for it. It's hard to explain how, but some have helped me cope with grief, some have helped me move forward, some gave me inspiration, some helped me envision the future and prepare for it. I hope I'm not alone in this, but if I were in Murray Gold's shoes, I would be content knowing I made just one person's life better, let alone millions around the world. Thanks for listening. I know I basically retold what everyone else has already said about this topic, but I just thought I'd spread the word in an actively worse way. This was for a school thing, but I thought I'd make it work for content too. Who knows, if you all like it, I might do more. Subscribe if you want to see that, and if you want to suggest what the next one could be about, feel free to join my Discord. See you next time!